You have the opportunity to be better,
Yes.
exponentially better, happier, healthier, the best version of you. And the only thing that's getting in your way is you.
Hello, and welcome to Pissy But Pretty, a show about hindsight, hope, tangents, and cuss words. We are your hosts, party tricks turned semi-responsible women. I am your host, Heather Cairns.
And Emily Baggin.
Hello! Here we are. What episode are we on? I forget.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
6?
7.
Oops, we meant to say episode 8.
They told us in our ear 7. Thank you for keeping track for us, right, guys?
Isn't that our lucky number? Doesn't everybody love the number 7?
No, mine is 13.
I forgot to take gum out of my mouth. Sorry.
Before Taylor Swift made it.
What the fuck did you just say? Ew, we started with a Taylor Swift? Whatever.
Okay.
Here we are, episode
Pissy,
7.
but pretty.
Undiagnosed and ready to cause a ruckus.
I am apologizing. I am so tired today. I have my large coffee, and I will be consuming it because I
It's massive.
cannot be held responsible what comes out of my mouth today. I don't even know what's happening.
I actually like that better. This is because we do this in the AM, and I am not a morning person. I know you are, but I am not.
But I just am not a sleeper. That's what makes it more
I
difficult.
love
I think I'm going through the changes at this point in my life.
Puberty.
Yeah, it's happening. Puberty. Yep, it's happening.
Your balls are finally dropping.
It's about time. My
Congratulations.
voice has already gotten low, so I mean, it's about time.
Bet your testicles would be beautiful.
Well,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Today, we are talking about rock bottom.
Yes, we
As
kind of
opposed
discussed mine.
Fat bottom.
Fat bottom jeans.
We make the world go round.
Yeah. So we talked about mine last time. Mm-hmm. So
Sitting on the corner by yourself alone in the cold, freezing and starving.
and nobody would give me change.
I had a bowl and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about what made you finally decide what made you decide to put the drugs up? Did we ever talk about that?
That, I don't think we did. I went from the rebound, AKA the cousin, who was, big into the drugs. He was the person that introduced me, the person I did it with, codependent. And then we were sort of breaking up, going in different directions. It was devastating. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I met the firefighter who didn't ever do drugs.
But you were still sneaking away.
I was sneaking away.
Yep.
And every time I would do it, I would get sicker and sicker and sicker, puking, gross. It's just, drugs aren't cute. It's not cute. So the last time I did anything, I didn't know it was going to be the last time, which was probably good. It was because I was heading to my rock bottom, and I knew something had to change. I knew I was lost. I was foggy. And I think the big pivotal moment was my child. He was turning 5, and I started therapy. I went
This is for the alcohol, not the drugs.
For alcohol. Yeah. So I started therapy because I'm like, I need antidepressants. I have no interest in my son. I was so disconnected. It was just like he was there, but I didn't care. I didn't fucking care. Yeah. And if you want to really get under my skin, say, I don't care. Because to me, that's so deep and that means so much.
It does. You're right.
I didn't care. So I was seeing a psychiatrist. I was seeing an addiction counselor. Ironically picked her before I admitted that there was a problem. And the two of them had talked, and I was, a social drinker is what I told these professionals, but I needed drugs. I needed antidepressants. I needed to feel better. And she was like, you can't do that when you're drinking. If you're drinking and you're trying to feel better, you're sabotaging every single happy thought or every single little happy feeling that you have. If
That
you're
makes a lot of
drinking,
sense.
you're not going to get happy. It's a depressant. Obviously, it does stuff to your brain.
Right.
So the two of them spoke, and then I saw
The two of who spoke?
my psychiatrist and my therapist.
Oh, okay.
My therapist, who I love dearly, still see her, Heidi. I talked to her on Monday, and she said, say my name. Go for it. So Heidi Nunemacher was integral in helping me save my life. So she says to me, so you're a social drinker? I said, yeah, I go out and I have a few. And through, her questions and process of elimination, I'm a blackout drunk. And she's like, you're not getting any medication until you stop that. We are not going to watch you sabotage yourself. You're going to spin your wheels. And I went, oh, well, that matters. That means something.
Yeah.
So that was sort of like in my head. Anyway, fast forward, my son's birthday. He was turning 5, Jonah's birthday. And I bought a bottle of Patron. I invited my friends because that's what I did. And I got annihilated, just annihilated. I don't remember the party. I see the pictures of sweet Joey and his big brown eyes and his little smile. And I'm like, I fucked up. I don't remember. And I drank so much. And I purposely avoided him. That was another huge thing. I didn't care. And I avoided him because I was an embarrassment as a mother. I was everything I didn't want to be when I had that baby. So that was it. That was it. I kind of went,
The next day?
yeah, looking at the pictures and being like, I don't remember that. And being like, how fucking selfish. You had all your friends over. All of my pictures were of us doing shots in the kitchen and just playing and acting a fool. And then there's these few little ones of the person I brought into this world, and I'm nowhere near him. And Rick is taking care of it. And the family is there, and I'm nowhere to be found. It was that simple. It was that simple. Now, like you and like all people who have struggled with addiction, I had multiple rock bottoms.
Right.
Multiple. I remember passing the fuck out. And at one point, I was on multiple drugs and very, very drunk. And I kind of did a little fainty sort of thing. And I remember this voice in my head telling me, you have to wake up. You got to go back. You got to go back. You got to wake up. You just took 8 years. 8 years are gone. I don't know what that was. And I get goosebumps still even describing that, but just, it was terrible. 8 years are gone. 8 years are gone. And I'm so scared on my deathbed, I'm going to sit there and be like, I could have lived 8 extra. But I lived such an awful life, and I chose to die instead of live for so long that I might have cut this short. That's a terrible feeling.
Well, but look where you are now.
Mm-hmm. I
remember you talking to me about you would get such bad hangxiety, we call it.
Yeah.
And like the next
4-day hangovers.
Yeah. And you would get actually like suicidal.
Yep.
Which is, I think, as I've like mentioned that to other people,
Yeah.
I never had that experience. I would get like down and be like, that's never going to happen again. And of course it would. But like you would actually have thoughts of killing yourself because
The loathing.
Yeah.
And obviously suicide is selfish. But when you're in that position, you feel like everybody will be better off. Jonah, my child, you will be better off. I am doing nothing for you. That was rough. That got hard. So after that, I hung it up. And I remember about a month later, I went to, I don't know, a little like summer-ish party. And I said, I haven't had a drink in a month. I got laughed at. And they're like, fuck you. This is not you. You are not stopping the
Okay,
person
how long
you
is this gonna
are.
last
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like I had ever tried it before. It wasn't like I ever told anybody like, "Ooh, this is the last time I'm going to be snorting oxy. This is the last time I'm going to smoke weed. This is it. The last ecstasy." I never said that, but at that point I did. I said it, and I got laughed at, and I remember being, okay. Let's go.
I'll show you.
I'm going to show you because I'm also a very stubborn person,
Yeah.
luckily. And I succeeded. I chose to succeed. And yeah, I tried AA. It was very scary because it did remind me of going into like the Kingdom Hall with like the Jehovah's Witnesses. Everybody just in my face. And I'm like, I don't want to be your best friend. I don't want to carpool. I don't want to know you.
Don't call me when you're having issues. I got my own.
Holy moly. Yeah. That was hard. The first one was really awesome. I went to AA, and it was the middle of a day and like a Tuesday or something. And it was gentlemen, and they were so sweet and wonderful. And there was a guy there that was at least 187 years old. And he was just, welcome. It's so wonderful to see you. And I'm like, okay. But, then it was the big one, like on the Saturday. And it was scary. It was scary. I know Heidi got it, though. She understood because she had all that time with me learning about.
I can imagine if you had to do all of that in your religious experience that didn't turn out well for you. That
people are scary.
That's
they were
PTSD.
Scary. Yeah, big time.
For
I
sure.
froze up when I walked into that AA meeting. But she knew, this is a working program. And the chances of me or anyone just doing it is very slim. It's so slim if you don't have that support group.
Yeah.
But I met Jonah for the first time then, and that was it. How do you go back? How would I go back to that and look at my child and my children now and just be like, meh, I'm just going to throw that all away.
Yeah.
And I will never forget the feeling of the hangovers in my just heart and soul and really wanting to go and like, God, why did I wake up again? How is that possible? I thought I was killing myself, and here I am again, day after day after day after day. It was horrible. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it all worked out exactly how it should have worked out because, ta-da, here we are. I mean, 9 years sober.
Like, it's not saying what you went through was, like, horrible. And, like, everything you went through with why you were coping with all of that was horrible. Mm-hmm. And then the guilt. So then you would continue drinking. Sorry, I lost my earpiece.
Oh.
I told you I was having issues with it.
You have very small ears.
I do have abnormally small ears.
It's okay. The holes are big.
So then just for you to recognize all of that. Yeah. But it made you're a fabulous mother. You're so present with your kids. You are there. You do a lot with them, but you are really good at what you'll sit them down if you know that they're upset.
Oh yeah.
Like your kids are totally different. You've got Jonah who like never threw a temper tantrum. Never. But you could tell when he would start getting upset. And I remember you, as he's been growing, you've sat him down and been like, let's talk about this. What can I, like, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to do this.
Right.
And then with Shyla, completely different.
She is a no-limit soldier that will fuck your shit up.
I remember she gave you a shiner once while we were on vacation, throwing a temper tantrum, and you were holding her in your lap because she didn't want to sit in the high chair. Yeah. And, of course, then she would want to run around the restaurant, and you were holding her in your lap, and she
head-butted me.
Threw her head back, and you just calmly put her on Rick's lap, and you just went down like this. And took you a couple seconds. The next morning, woke up with the shine. I'm like, well, I guess she really gotcha.
It was a good one.
She really gotcha.
Yeah.
But
that was a good one.
You are, I think because of how we were raised too, where you're throwing a temper tantrum, go sit in the corner, whatever.
Right.
You will sit there and you'll want to talk about it with her. Like,
Yes.
we're not going to act like this.
Correct.
You're really a good mom, and you're really good at not repeating
Patterns.
yeah, what your parents would do with you. I hope, not that my parents were bad. I do think I had a great childhood. I think my parents, in many ways, will try to mimic what my parents did for us.
Sure.
Or like I try not to be as strict as my parents were. I try to be more open with my son than my parents were. But I, in many ways want to mimic that. But you also, you have to.
Parker's so different from you.
Yeah. And you are really good at sitting that. That's just one of the things many ways that I look up to you in that way. You're
I love
really
that.
good
Thank
about
you.
that. And thank God you sobered up and became the mom that you are now. They deserve this mom.
Right. When I had Jonah, I wasn't sure about having kids ever. I didn't think it was going to be in the cards for me.
Well, with what you grew up with, I'm sure it's daunting.
It was very daunting. I didn't want him to ever feel, sort of the mental illness that I had, whatever. But when I had him, it's that, that mother's whatever, instinct, whatever you want to call it. But I was just like, oh my gosh. I have never, ever, ever known love like this. And that's huge. I thought at that point I've been in love and it's been desperate and gnarly and awful and amazing and brutal. I met him and it was calm and it was beautiful and he was wonderful and happy.
And you had that unconditional love.
And I was like, you are my heart and soul. But then I was messing it up. I was fucking it up. And I was pushing him further and further and further away because you can't see this. I don't want you to know me like that. I know you, but you can't know me like a lot of the relationships that I had in the past. You can't get to know me. I still struggle with that. But to your point, I want to be a far better mom than I was ever shown. It ran in the family until it ran into me. And I'm changing that.
Good for
I
you.
am completely different from where I came from. And I think that's awesome. I think that's something to be proud of.
Well, you
And
either
I
want to be
love
just like your
them.
parents or nothing like your parents, too. In a lot of ways, I'm kind of both. But you were really good at recognizing I'm breaking that cycle. I don't want my child to feel anxious like I always did around my mom. And when you were drinking and when you were anxious, when you were hungover, I'm sure, I mean, thank God he was younger at the time, but can you imagine it now? I know him and I know he always wants to make sure you're good too. I mean, he's just a caring soul.
Yes.
And if he were to feel your hangxiety now, can you imagine?
Or Shyla, who she is just an empath through and through.
It's true.
You get riled, she's gonna show you up.
Yeah.
So but the hangovers were miserable, and I was angry, and I was a hitter, and I was violent and awful and nasty and crying, and he didn't need to see that. He didn't recognize. He didn't need to recognize that or understand that there was something very wrong.
Right.
So that
Unlike
was
you, I said I was going to quit drinking many times. I would, in some ways, I self-sabotaged myself. I would wake up bloody and bruised, from the many times falling. Yeah. And, I actually had a friend of mine say to me once when I walked into work, yet again, with road rash on my face, she was like, do I need to be concerned?
Yep.
Is this really Digger hitting you?
Right.
And I'm like,
holy crap.
Oh my God. First of all, that ain't going to happen.
No.
Second of all, if you were to know how awful I was to him last night, you would be worried for him.
Correct.
And in no way, I remember one time I had no recollection of this. It was the first time I ever fell bad. And my mom saw me, and I was lit.
Yeah.
And I could not remember the half an hour prior what happened. And she goes,
Whoa.
Heather, what happened? And I said, I don't know, ask Digger. She took that as, and she was like, you know, then the next day she was like, Heather, what happened? Like, because he's such a kind soul too.
Very.
Like, he would never, pretty much got raised by a single mom since his his parents got divorced when he was young. So he would never treat a woman like that.
It's very
and
sweet.
so the fact that she actually had doubts, and then my friend had doubts, what was I doing to this poor man?
You had to blame something. You had to blame somebody.
I just couldn't remember.
Right.
I was like, I don't know, ask Digger. And they took that as to that. And so the multiple times I would say, I'm done drinking, I'm done drinking, I'm done drinking. And then for it to actually stick.
Yeah.
I think I was more proud of myself than probably other people were. But I just remember when I finally told my family the reason why, as we discussed last time.
Correct.
And I think then they actually got it like, this is going to be the change.
Right.
And now, in a couple months, it'll be 4 years for me. And Christmas time was Digger's 2-year anniversary of not drinking. And he could handle his liquor much better than me.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was definitely like me, social drinker. We never wanted, like, you get a little buzz, you never wanted the party to stop until he knew how, like, he had a couple, like, where he was just really gone and whatever. And he knew I was nervous. He didn't like me being nervous. So he was like, I'm going to take a page out of your book. And I was like, no. You're not doing it because you think I want you to quit.
You need your own
I am
book.
not telling you to quit.
Yeah, no.
Because then you'll resent me and whatever.
Yep.
But then he's like, he is now so happy he did it.
Yeah.
He's still in the phase, though, like I was for a while. And I remember talking to you, like, you don't want to go to a bar because you get, like, I remember being so anxious anytime I would be around people that were drinking.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the drama's going to start. The drama's going to start.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the drama was me. People can handle their alcohol better than I could.
Isn't that funny? Whoopsies.
Yes. But then, like, so the first time that we were around people that were really drinking, we were at my son's birthday party, which he wanted to be like this camping weekend. So I was like, hey, the party's going to be at this time. Come. Or if you want to camp, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And do you remember one of the moms got so wasted that she got in a fight with security.
She got in a fight with a child.
Yes.
Whoops.
Yes.
Who was sort of bad-mouthing her kid, and her kid got in a scuffle.
Yeah.
And she just was like, whammo, and security and yelling and screaming. And we're like, oh.
Yes. And I remember her son telling me, I hate it when my mom drinks because she gets like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that to me spoke volumes. And I was like, oh my God, I hope that Parker doesn't have any recollections, because we used to love to camp. I have now realized, I don't want to camp if I'm not drinking. It's just dirty and hot.
We liked the party.
Yeah. Yes.
You can drink at 7 a.m. when you're camping.
Right. That's what they do.
And it doesn't matter.
No,
You're not judged for that.
But so, like, I remember being like, the things my poor child has seen. And I have recently asked him, I got up the courage. I had been so scared to ask him. We were talking, my nephew had turned 21, and Parker said, oh, he can drink now. Yeah. And I said, yeah, he can. I said, do you think you'll drink when you're 21? He's like, oh, no. And I'm like, Parker, I want you to know that it's okay if you decide to. When you're 21, that is your right. You can, if you can do it responsibly.
I don't know.
If you can do it responsibly.
There's a right and a wrong
And now
way.
there's Ubers and all of that now. If you can do it responsibly, go right ahead.
Yeah.
However, just know that because Dad and I had an issue with it, that means that you have to be really careful when you do it and know in the back of your mind, my parents had issues because that is hereditary.
Correct.
That addiction, it could be any little thing, gambling, food, whatever. And Tigger and I both had food addiction and really alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
So that is, you just have to keep that in the back of your mind. And if you feel you can do it responsibly, have at it. It is your right. But do know that if I think that there's ever a problem, I'm going to say something to you.
Correct.
And there have been times where I have brought it up. Like, it's so hard now. Like, when you try to bring it up to somebody that you think might have a problem, I'm not judged. Like, they look, oh, because you're sober now, you can tell me that.
Fuck
and
yeah.
It's like,
yes.
I'm not judging you at all. Yeah, but I just don't want you to see where I got to. And I think that's the whole.
You have the opportunity to be better, exponentially better, happier, healthier, the best version of you. And the only thing that's getting in your way is you.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was an alcoholic until I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
I quoted that from Steve-O from Jackass. Love that. Aww. I didn't know I was until I hung it up. And I was like, holy cow, I miss my best friend.
Yeah.
But that is why I'm judging you. That maybe that's not the right word, but yeah, I'm judging you because
caring.
you can do better.
Yeah.
You
that's
will
true.
be better.
Yeah.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything.
Yep.
So
Well, all right.
Here we are.
Oh, I wanted to mention too.
Yes.
Audience, the two people watching us or listening, if you have any questions for us, email us and we're going to address questions in a future episode.
Anything else you want to hear more about? Anything you want to, I don't even know, questions about what has happened?
Yeah. Or if you have questions
about
what we went through, what you've gone through, share with us your stories.
I love it.
Yeah. Let us know and we will share those on a future episode.
Absolutely.
All right.
See you around.
Time.
Peace.
Why do I always do that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Why not?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks for letting us tickle your ear hole and not turning us off after the first 30 seconds. Don't forget to subscribe and join our email list to get in on the action.